I walked to the bar last night. No big deal, about 15 minutes. Getting home, however, took about 45 minutes. The difference was staggering. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today, let's talk about counters you need for the current 5v5 meta that we find ourselves in. Hondo is here. The pirates are here to kill things other than dark side clones, so that's surprising, all things considered. Patrons are awesome. That's not surprising, all things considered. Thank you guys so much for your support, guys. I really couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing. And folks, it would really mean a lot to me if you'd hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Well, let's mount the algorithm, shall we? It's 5v5 season. It's mounting season, folks. Let's get to it. There are a lot of counters going on today, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to show you most of my attacks from my main account. He had 6 Galactic Legends on defense. I had 7 on my defense, and it took a lot of doing to get through his stuff. I'm going to a couple times intersperse these counters with like if it's the same team. I'm going to show you guys what you can do on my alt, which is like almost in Kyber 2 or almost in Kyber 1 at the top of Kyber 2, and I'll show you like an easier version of it, or like what like the standard counter is, just so you guys have a little bit of context. And you guys should realize there are a lot of fails here that just go and I'm just gonna own them and explain what you could do to mitigate those, and maybe not even mistakes so much as just, I mean, some of them are mistakes, and some of them are just issues that it's like, well, I can't full clear unless I chop this team into a lot of pieces, which I think is kind of a valid approach to a lot of matches. It's fun. It shows resilience, which is the word you guys love. So let's go here. First, we've got Night Sisters versus a Maz Kanata team. This is like the prescribed Manaz Kanata. Manaz, kind of like that as her name. If she had a bigger nose, we could call her that. I made a mistake here, though. I knew that they were going to have Hondo lock down my pre-taunt, which is Morgan, and so you can't put the blessing on the person who can't attack for several turns, and so you put the blessing on to Spirit, which is not a mistake. The mistake I made was I should have put the curse, the doom, whatever it's called, on the baby Rancor, on Quiggold, instead of the winged helmet fellow Ithano. And so like things look okay to start with, kind of, but the thing is that we can't ignore the taunt. Grey Mothers can ignore the taunt, Spirit can ignore the taunt, no one else can, and Quiggold doesn't give up on his taunts at all. He's just like, no, I love taunting. I'm like that dude in Monty Python who just wants to, the French dude in Monty Python who just wants to taunt you a second time. Like, that's what he wants. So they eventually killed Morgan. I was like, gosh, can we at least please kill? I thought they killed Spirit, and of course there's no revives or anything. All right, cool. Well, we killed Ithano. He's not coming back, right? He was doomed. There's no revives, which is fantastic. Maybe we can kill Quiggold. He's only relic 5 here. My opponent had pretty similar GP to me, but not quite like he was down by a little bit. So all right, so we killed Ithano. We got to keep it. How do we finish it? I decided I just don't have, I have a decent number of teams. I just don't have like an infinite number of them. And look, Kix is a really big problem because he's going to revive people, unless of course you have General Skywalker, in which case, so I'll point this out, folks. I don't think this works as a straight up counter to Maz Kanata. I'd be interested to know what your guys' experiences are. I think Ithano probably makes this a really sketchy counter, but I mean, we'll see. Ithano hits really hard, so it seems like Skywalker would have fallen down a lot earlier. Maybe Captain Rex on the team would have made it more resilient and better. I don't know. It's worth a look, because Kix revives the team and that's an issue, right? And he also just like auto revives characters as well. So anyways, that doesn't happen against General Skywalker, and managed to take that team out. Look at all that. It's just skilled my way right through it, folks. All right, so you guys can't see it that well, but you see all the cool sparks that are flying? That's the very start of Lord Vader's AoE. That's right, it's Traya with all of her Traya friends, and instead of like Darth Sion, or whatever his name is, it's Lord Vader instead. And so it doesn't allow you to have turn meter gains with the dots when you have dots. And so I do have I have a plus 25% turn meter Datacron on my team. This is the Finn Zorii team. And so I'm assuming I'm going to outspeed them. Savage is modded with a ton of health, which is something you really need in this fight. Well, at least to kill Savage easily anyways. So hand the turn. So Resistance Hero Finn goes first after Lord Vader. He hands the turn to Poe. Poe's going to hand the whatever it's called, the inspiration to Zorii, and then we're just gonna go as hard as we can and try to kill Savage. And it's gonna feel demoralizing and scary the whole time. But he has a ton of health, not a ton of protection, and so exposes are a thing against him. And so I think I'm using a Rose Cron, which it helps a little bit at least. But oh, look at that! We just casually, just randomly deleted poor old Nihilist. That's pretty fun. And then I guess so. Darth Talon is here, so we're gonna have to kill Traya twice, and it's real sketchy. Let's just try to kill her though, because it's gonna take a while to take down Lord Vader in theory. Okay, so I think, did that just kill her? I think we killed her once. Yeah, killed her twice. Talon is still in, well, she was in hiding. Let's just take her out real quick, just for fun. And now it's only Lord Vader. He doesn't have his leadership to protect him. Like, he's, he died. So, kind of a cool counter, honestly. Huge shout out to Canada Fett, who suggested that. Shout out to me for having the right team and knowing what to do with it. All right, so he's got Inquisition, and this is something that we've dealt with for a season now. This is their second season dealing with the Night Sister Cron. He does have Marrok on the team, which makes it so we can't use Phoenix until they fix the bug that they keep promising to fix. Look at Scav Rey just deleting. She just Control-Alt-deleted Ninth Sister, the Horn Chinian. She's just like, what? I don't see no horns. I don't actually know if she said that. She probably, I'm guessing I have better diction than she had, but it's hard to know for sure. I mean, this one thing to keep in mind though, folks, this counter can go sideways if you're not if you don't have the right team. You can't just casually walk in with just like Cere, Malicos, and 3 randoms. You do need to have like the characters that they're best with. Scav Rey is great if you have the Datacron, or like Crew as a pre-taunt, Maul as the guy who helps Malicos do stuff. Okay, so context on this one, guys. I'm using Kenobi because I tried Traya against this comp, and there's not much data. Actually, we looked it up. There's not much data, and so Traya actually beats the majority of this is also a Queen Amidala with the ROLO cron, which means that whenever one of them does something, the rest of them assist. And so that means that like Traya is actually not that great against like standard Queen Amidala teams, but against the ROLO cron, they attack so much that Traya actually beats this team at a high percentage, unless it's got this combination of Jedi Knight Anakin and either Ki-Adi-Mundi or Grandmaster Yoda, and because they just get like endless turn meter. And so I tried Traya. I got like 1 turn with a character. I'm not showing it because it was just the most frustrating thing. Not that you guys really care about my frustration, but it's also just boring to watch because it's just like an endless slew of attacks by them. So instead we're using Kenobi here. And it's a little bit of a gamble, because if he has Supreme Leader Kylo in the back, then all I've got for that is like Bane, or like, you know, we probably got a couple teams that can like maybe like hack away at it a little bit, but it's nothing, it's a little bit dicey. So anyways, we chop Queen Amidala's face off by getting an ult, and then you can see we're going at way faster speeds here because, well, first off, I didn't remain steadfast in my resolve to actually just kill the right characters, kill the same characters at the same time. And I popped the ult at 96%, so it stopped being an ult after a while. And so this is all leading to a certain level of desperation of, we can't really kill any of them very easily. Like killing Queen Amidala with Cat, easy enough because it's just a delete button. But then after that, they're all a really tanky squad. And it's got a really good, that ROLO cron, it just has a ton of amazing stats on it as well. And we don't really have any stats to like mess with that. And so I was like, ooh, maybe I'll just be able to delete Kenobi right away. And I finally did, but not, I don't know. I attacked Jedi Anakin for a while. Then I chose to attack when that didn't immediately resolve itself. I tried to kill Kenobi instead, and you can see we have 12 seconds left. There's just no way we're gonna be able to actually clear this. So instead we just used Wampa. I didn't use the Wampa cron. I've saved the Wampa cron for later, for Bane to use later. And so one thing to note, folks, not that it always makes a huge difference, but if you can find a way to use Wampa to clean up your fails, it's amazing because you get back 4 banners, which, I mean, that makes a big difference if you're needing to pinch banners in the first place. All right, so let's actually, we killed that team. Let's fast forward a little bit to my alt account. We're facing a Queen Amidala team against a guy who's like 2 million more GP than me. This is a standard counter though. We're using the Night Sisters versus Queen Amidala. And so you want to doom Queen Amidala, then instead of putting the blessing on Spirit like you do in most counters with this team, you're going to put it on Morgan, because Morgan is the one who needs to be able to ignore taunt. All right, because Morgan's going to call a mass assist. So this isn't against a ROLO cron. This isn't against the ROLO cron Queen Amidala, but it is fairly decently relicked. But you kill Queen Amidala, and then we're just gonna fast forward the rest of it. I mean, you guys know kind of how it works. Like eventually you can kill the decoy, potentially. Spirit can ignore taunt, and so can Great Mothers. And over the course of time, hopefully we can just take these guys out and win. I mean, this is pretty classic textbook fight. And honestly, I wished I could have done this when I used when I tried to beat the Queen Amidala with ROLO cron previously. When I looked at the stats though, actually I think the Night Sisters just don't beat that version of Queen Amidala anyways, at least not with the ROLO cron. So anyways, this is pretty textbook, and if you want to kill Queen Amidala, this is basically how to do it for the most part. Cool, yeah, 75. All right, so let's get back to the narrative at hand. My alt account finally broke through the front zone, and my opponent had placed 6 total Galactic Legends, including all kinds of just bogus stuff in the back, like Hondo and Rey with Ezra and Leia are all in the back, which is just so insane. Like it's just crazy. So Jedi Master Kenobi, this is something I haven't tried before. We're using Baylan here. We don't have Hondo because he's on defense with Maz. So instead we're using Dash and my Relic 8 Kira. And so the thing to keep in mind here, folks, is when you read Baylan's kit, if you ever have like a free afternoon, go and read it, especially read his Omicrons, because one of them gives you things that strangely look like a way to destroy Rey teams, like Galactic Legend Rey, and another one gives you buffs to somehow be able to beat Jedi Master Kenobi. And So that, I mean, that's basically what we're trying to cash in on here, right? Like this Dash I've discovered he doesn't have much of a place in current teams, like or at least on the rosters, in terms of like at the top of Kyber, you're just not going to counter a lot of stuff with Dash lead teams. But Dash as an addition to Baylan has been surprisingly good. I thought that he would just die instantly, but Baylan and his team's natural resilience kind of just work with him as well, and I've discovered Dash is a really excellent addition to the team. So anyways, it's just wild. Like, I'm just kind of button mashing here, guys. Baylan against just standard Kenobi teams, it is just amazing. I thought about using Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan can work, but there's also a Saw team that I thought Bo-Katan could beat, and Bo-Katan doesn't have the highest win percentage against Kenobi comps with Padme on them, so I decided we would go with that. All right, so here's I'm so excited to get that new Aphra droid in like 7 months or whenever they deign to release them. But Aphra, this has kind of been the standard counter. Like, Aphra can beat Jabba. The problem with this is, if it's a really thick Jabba team, then you can't really do that. Like, it's not a high win percentage. So, and I kind of messed up there. He has Greedo on the team, which I find fairly compelling and strange. But Greedo died pretty easily and early, and that's great. Things are going decently, kind of. I was kind of dumb there and didn't look to see if I had blind on my summoned commando droid, and it was all kind of looks like it's going well. And then the problem is we're just not killing anything, and that's horrible, of course. And of course we missed with the droid because he was blinded. I think otherwise we would have killed Boushh if they hadn't had such an they had two really opportunistic kills with or times when they dazed or they blinded me. And so anyways, we killed Greedo. That sucks. I guess we'll just keep it though. One less thing to kill eventually. So immediately transitioned into using Nice Sisters here, and I think I thought we were trying to go fast on this one. You guys going fast? It doesn't look like it's going fast, guys. I don't know what to say, but anyways, we're just waiting for Merrin to be alone, right? And we're hoping that they don't just focus down Merrin first. That's why you bring in 5v5. That's why you bring Old Daka to heal Merrin. And okay, so here I was like, oh gosh, we're gonna die. But as long as we heal just a little bit, like nothing can stop us from gaining a bunch of turn meter when we're alone and stuff. So anyways, let's just see. We're finally starting to stick some debuffs on some plague onto Boushh, which is great. Though we're about to die here again. I don't know, maybe the better move there would have been to revive and try to heal herself, but I didn't. And so Chrysanthemum died, which is so strange. I've never seen it where Boushh is the last one standing with Jabba. Though I need to look at my opponent's modding. Maybe I should make my Boushh a little more resilient. I don't know. It's fairly impressive. So instead, I threw the CLS cron onto the CLS team. To be clear, I don't think you really need the CLS cron for this to be able to win this, though. You know, it's kind of nice. You at least get an armor shred, which is the team really loves that. Being able to ignore a little of the hut's blubber is nice. I love that they're just fight. They're like, hey, we found a stray hut in the middle of the like highway on Lothal. This is cool. So anyways, we mowed the hut down, and now let's use Bo-Katan on Saw. The Saw team has the Jawa cron, which is scary, and they immediately kill Bo-Katan, and then they kill Bo-Katan again because, or at least, well, they kill OG Bo, which is very demoralizing, because she's so helpful. She helps you heal your team. She helps dispel all their copious number of buffs. And anyways, they also, this team is so good at controlling your turn meter, right? Like Cere has her AoE that gets rid of turn meter. Saw has his AoE that gets rid of turn meter, and then eventually once the debuffs all strike, then they're able to then they get a locked debuff of stagger as well, I believe, if I remember correctly. So anyways, my Bo-Katan is a pretty, I mean, I've modded her to be pretty tanky, and she's relic 8 and all of that. So anyways, we managed to kill Cere, or sorry, what's her name? It's not Cere. The Cara Dune, which is great. Remember, Cara Dune doesn't die unless she well, she has the potency up buff, but because Bo-Katan was the one who killed her with a basic, it dispelled the potency up buff and then killed Cara Dune, and she was like, ah, crap. I think that was verbatim the thing she said. She was like, ah, crap. It was not dignified. It was like, really? You kind of sound a little stupid there. But I don't know. She just continued on. All right, let's mass assist here. And this is where it would have been nice to have OG Bo, because she was able, like, she'd be able to heal the team during that mass assist. And remember, we're not using the ROLO cron. This is just a scary, frustrating counter. And this is always how it's been against a well-modded Saw team. And he has a really good Datacron. That Jawa cron is really, really strong. It's pretty scary. The reason OG Bo died was because she wasn't able to get enough stacks of the, I forget what it's called, but the Bo-Katan unique buff that she hands out if she's lead. She wasn't able to get any of that, or enough of that, before they just butchered her a couple times. So anyways, pretty bad banners, pretty scary fight. And if I would just say, if you don't have a really strong Bo-Katan team, a really strong Saw team is with a good Datacron is really going to be hard for you. You can try to do it, it's just really tough. Okay, so we kept Inquisition here, and it's not my very favorite counter here of all time, but I mean, Inquisition with the 9th sister Datacron is probably going to beat Leia most of the time, especially because if R2D2's on the team, they're going to be passively cleansing themselves quite a bit, which means a lot of death mark on them. Look at the stupid trash can taking like 12 turns in a row. What a little douche, dear lord. So anyways, we kill R2, but Drogon and Leia still Drogon cleanses himself. Which is good. I mean, it's nice that he has good hygienic habits, but you know, it's also reason to death mark him, I guess. So let's I mean, I'd like to get good banners. At this point, we're just kind of in zerg mode, though. He put so much on defense. I'm just like, so if we can just full clear, not that he'll necessarily be unable to clear me, but I mean, that's what we've got. And then, okay, so I have Jedi Master Luke left, but he also has Mace on defense. And I know you guys, you guys love to hate Mace. You think the Mace is the worst, that he sucks. If you don't have much, if you have Jedi Master Luke and like, and this, and then you'll still have to kill Hondo, and you still have to kill like, oh yeah, we have Leia, but we have to kill Hondo, and Leia's the only thing that can kill Hondo. Jedi Master Mace is really scary. I don't have anything. Like, we already used Traya, we already used all the things that are good against Mace, and so we need something to work. We need either Leia to work right away against Hondo, or we need EP Starkiller to work right away against a Rey team with the new Rey cron that gives her the ultimate right away, and Ezra, which is just, it's scary, guys. And so I just start with a basic with, because they all start with Foresight, because Ezra's on the team. And so just start with a basic with Mara Jade to get shock onto Rey, and just get rid of the Foresight, so we're not wasting the AoE. And then I decided to try to stun everyone with Palpatine, just to take away turns, because he can cycle through his turns pretty quick. Look at that. Rey's already got her ultimate. All right, so we got shock on everyone, and oh well, Yeah, what I should have done there actually was use his AoE to cycle through a little bit faster, just so we can stun. But this is really important, guys, for this counter. And I know this counter is going to kind of go away once the stranger is here, but the thing that you have to realize is shock on this team is so important to control everything. Like Ezra is terrifying, but there's no way to dispel it unless Barriss passively dispels it, or Cal takes a turn and uses one of his abilities to dispel shock. There's no way for them to get rid of it, or the stuns. And so if you can get shock on them all, and then you can do a 2-turn stun with Palpatine, and then get shock back onto everyone after that, it's going to be awesome. Like that's the goal, is to just keep shock on everyone, and except when you can trade it in with AoE's Palpatine's AoE for a 2-turn stun. And so you just want shock on everyone, control everyone, eventually get everyone into damage immunity. And you can see Cal's already starting to evade, like the asshole that he is, and we can't hit him. But all right, cool. So we hit Ben, except, okay, finally we got get him into damage immunity. They're all basically in damage immunity now, which is great. We want shock also because Cal is also handing out. I mean, shock is just so important because it prevents turn meter gain, which Barriss gets passively, and like it prevents bonus turn meter gain. We don't want her to get it passively. It prevents the protection up, that buff that Cal hands out to everyone. It prevents that, and it also allows you to 2-turn stun with Palpatine. Like shock in this match is just of paramount importance. So we're also we're saving the Star Destroyer of healing for a time that's going to work, and you'll note that I'm just putting healing immunity, undispellable healing immunity, on people as we go along, instead of like as we're waiting. Okay, so the left side of our team is dead now, which is great. Old Ben, we traded Old Ben for some turn meter, and now probably the best time to use the Star Destroyer of healing. I was like, if I could just kill Ezra, that's probably enough. I'm probably okay with that. But getting all the buff immunity stuff on Rey is great, and then we got stagger to trigger on her, and so now she doesn't have any turn meter. I mean, she will eventually, but gosh, okay, can we just take out Ben and then immediately take out Rey? Oh my gosh, amazing. So there's no revives allowed or around anymore. So let's try to get shock and stagger on everyone. We'll just kill stupid Ben as much as we can. The search for Ben solo has occurred, and we found him wanting his mother, and we can't hit Cal, but eventually we can if Starkiller decides to get off his ass, which he does. So yay, we killed one shot a Rey team with Ezra. Not the highest win rate, but if you want to see how a more standard Rey team gets beat by a more standard Starkiller team, keep watching. We'll go through that on my alt. But okay, so we've got Hondo to kill left, and we've got Jedi Master Luke. We don't have we have Jedi Master Luke. Sorry, they have Jedi Master Mace and Hondo. And honestly, I'm going a little bit out of order, actually. I've been fighting Hondo, and it hasn't... just huge spoiler alert, guys. The Leia fight didn't go the best. And I was like, gosh, Hondo's in the back, though, and we really need to get to ships. Even if we can't full clear, at least we can maybe get 3 zones, and then my opponent might get stalled on the incredible bulwark that is my defense. So instead, we're gonna use Jedi Master Luke here to get through the last team on the top to get through to ships. And I mean, Jedi Master Luke with his coterie of followers, it is really just, I mean, this is a really high win percentage. It really is. Even if you don't really know what you're doing, if you just button mash. Honestly, I wasn't button mashing though. I knew like Jedi Cal hits under protection, and it works pretty well. Oh yeah, so just for the record, guys, we're gonna go to my alt for just 1 second. And he has Jedi Master Mace. He doesn't have Jocasta New, but this result is basically always the same. Anyways, Traya just deletes this team. It's like a 90-something% counter. If if you have a decent team. I even got Savage up to Relic 6, guys. You should be proud of me. He's been Relic 3 for years. Like, probably actual, literal years. But I just wanted to keep these two fights together and to prolong the suspense, because we're going to have to fight Hondo here pretty soon, right? Okay, so kill Mace first. Because you'd kill Jocasta first, guys, but she's not here. My opponent on my alt had this really weird, like, I don't want to bash him. It was just so bizarre that I feel like I have to tattle on him to the whole world. Because he's on the top of Kyber 2, so not exactly like a low-level league. And he clearly knew his counters. Like, he only failed against me twice. So he got a really good score. He doesn't have any conquest characters, though. He doesn't have Pointy Teeth Rey. He doesn't have... He doesn't have Ezra, and he doesn't have Jocasta New. It was just a very strange, like... my guess... It would be he just returned to the game, because he also doesn't have Glat and Pirate King Hondo. That's probably what happened, and somehow he was still able to unlock Mace. Or I'm weirded out by it. Anyways, Traya works on this team, guys. I probably shouldn't have made it as slow as it is. You guys know how it works, but Mace is a problem unless you have, like, Traya or Jedi Master Luke. So there it goes, 665. Okay, so Pirate King Hondo, we're doing this. We don't know how the Adred cron is going to work in conjunction with Leia. I had a couple people in my chat while I was streaming this tell me that it worked really well to use K2, and my K2 is not bad. He's Relic 7. He's got his Zeta. He's got decent mods. So I was like, sure, let's do that. Let's try it. And then, gosh, if they'd killed Adred right here, we would have just been completely screwed. Didn't do the AoE because I didn't want him to hit him back and kill him potentially. So anyways, we're the idea here is that someone in my chat was like, yeah, this worked for me. You have to kill Bane first, because otherwise you can't really kill Hondo because of kit reasons. And so we've got our ult like kind of quickly, and okay, so do the ult. Everyone is fractured. Cool. So we're gonna kill Bane here, and probably okay. So Bane auto revived because screw that guy. Killed him again though, and then of course Hondo's about to ultimate so that he can so that the whole team can revive. And I guess. I don't hate Leia the most. Like, she's a pretty awesome character, but the one problem that she has is she doesn't deny revives. Okay, they killed Drogon as well. This is pretty tragic. Now there comes this point, folks, where we should probably just pause. And I'll show you. So we kill Bane again. All right, and they can't kill Jin. Thank goodness that they just think they should kill Jin. Okay, so we ult here. Everyone's very close to death, as you'll see. Now, Jin can do the AoE, revive someone, and probably kill everyone. Hondo's about to take a turn. So what we should do is AoE, kill everyone. And this is where Hondo he's gonna pop his ult. He's going next. I should just time out here. That's what I should do, because we're not doing super well, right? Like, Drogon's almost dead. I mean, we're doing okay, but like the stick hit is not gonna kill Hondo, probably, right? So I should probably just pause, let it time out, and then just clean him up. But like an idiot, I let him revive the whole team. I kill Bane and decide. Well, it takes a while, I guess, to decide. I was like, well, we can still fight. Maybe we should still fight. Because Bane is a huge problem. And he's got a ton of relics on that. Like, he's really strong on this team. Like, it's yeah, it's a whole mess. And I'm like, gosh, we almost killed Pirate King Hondo there. We're ramping decently. He's ramping indecently. And of course, this is with the Pirate Cron, so he's gonna be worse. Yeah, so he revives Bane again, and Leia's almost dead. Okay, so we kill Bane again, and I decide, let's just time out. This way, at least we kill Vayne, right? At least Vayne is just gone. The tank that can't be killed is killed, and he can't be revived in subsequent fights. So we're just going to time out, and it's taking a long time to get there, but we'll get there, guys. Don't you worry. I'm gonna drink a drink of water here. Apparently, I didn't cut this part out. Sorry. All right. So I tried guns, didn't work. We're trying Bad Batch now, and the goal here is to only kill one character. If we can kill Brutus or Silvo, that's great, because we still do have Bane left. Bane doesn't kill Hondo on his own. It's like a 0% win rate. It's like a 50% win rate in 5s, even if you use Sith Eternal Emperor. So, anyways, they've already made Omega and Wrecker sit down, which isn't a good sign. But we did kill Brutus, and then he self-revived again, because that's what they do. But if we can get one more kill here, then we're just gonna time out. That's what we're gonna do. I'd been ramping pretty good with this team, and but then Brutus went into stealth, but we still want to kill Brutus, because I think Brutus does too much damage and kills Bane potentially. Like, he just ramps too much with Hondo. So anyways, there we go. I just cut out the whole waiting for timeout. We killed Brutus, and we're moving on. So now we have Bane left, and just bring a random Relicate Sith, use a basic to kill Silvo, and then I needed to do the AoE so I could ramp better. And you can see I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna kill Hondo so fast, and then he gets stronger and he gets tougher to kill. So anyways, I think at some point I think we're fast. I think we're at like 200% speed right now. That might not have even been enough, but so when he pops his ult, he can revive the droid. If you use a basic with Bane, of course, it stops the revive. And these are all things that you need to be paying attention to, folks. Like, stopping revives has become a really important thing with the advent of Maz Kanata and with Kicks reviving everyone and Hondo reviving all his team members. Like, it's a whole mess. You need to be able to prevent revives. Luckily, we do have a lot of characters that prevent them. It just takes a while to get to you just have to realize which characters do that. And like, Baylan prevents revives, I think, or maybe it's Mace. Mace does prevent revives. I think Baylan also does, but Baylan isn't going to be that good against pirates. So anyways, Bane does out ramp Hondo. It just takes a freaking long time, and we really don't want the stupid droid to actually get a turn. So anyways, it's been 3 minutes. Can we actually kill Hondo? It's kind of looking like we're not catching up to him, but eventually we do a pretty smooth 1.8 million. So anyways, we cleared him. It was a huge mess. Dropped about 139 banners, I think. Last I looked, my opponent got through my front zone with 1 fail, and is now stuck on a SAW team. I don't know if that's a permanent stuck, or he's tried it 5 times without a kill, but I don't know if that's gonna hold or not. But looks like we're at least giving him some struggles. So anyways, back to my alt account now. We only have a few fights on this account that are worth noting. He put some pretty garbage teams down and some pretty good teams. We have Bo-Katan with the ROLO cron. This is pretty standard for this meta, guys. This is we did it last season, and I don't. You just kind of, to kill Lord Vader now, you could, with a good Bo-Katan team, kill Lord Vader, but it would be very, very sketchy and not super consistent. Like, I would guess that if someone tried to do that to my Lord Vader team without a ROLO cron, someone might succeed, but then they'd probably fail like the next 3 times or something. I don't know. I'm just being cocky, I'm sure. Poor old IG keeled over. He just couldn't handle the pressure, but neither could Lord Vader. And this is a weird bug where you kill Apo's Nightfall Trooper guy, and then I wanted to keep killing. I wanted to keep killing the Nightfall Trooper to regain all my health and protection, but you can't target him. You can only target Apo, so kill Apo, drop 5 banners. All right, fine, fair enough. All right, so here's the other Leia team, or the other Rey team and it's got the good Rey cron. It's good. And again, notice my use of shock here. Like, shock is so important, especially as you crit Kenobi, he is going to, or crit anyone while Kenobi's alive. Well, we just use stick Rey to kill him, but you really need to control the situation by putting shock on everyone, because otherwise he hands out that crit immunity like it's candy. And you also don't want to be, if you crit someone while Barriss is on the team, she'll also passively heal them, and so you just want her to not do that. You want Cal to not apply the protection up, and shock controls all of that. No turn meter, no protection up, no healing, no crit immunity, nothing. All right, Scav Rey, can you just kill Barriss? Thank you. She's just she's such a nice. You don't need stick Rey there, but it's super fun. I don't know why you wouldn't use stick Rey there. All right, let's try to get Rey into damage immunity if at all possible. We could do a 2-turn stun again. I was like, look, let's try to get her into damage immunity if possible. Ooh, we got stagger and damage immunity at the same time. Just an amazing, lucky thing. And now I'm waiting. I'm trying not to kill Cal right now, because I want to use the Starkiller ult to kill him, or just like a big hit from something else. I decided to throw the entire tire, and it didn't quite kill Cal, which was a disappointment to say the least. But all right, she's in her ult again because she's stick Rey, or she's well, she's not stick Rey. She used to have a stick. Now she has 2 sabers apparently. But she's got her Datacron that lets her ult all the time. And all right, so we got Cal. Let's get Rey, and I was like, okay, let's just get her down to like 1 hit point. And now let's get the Star Destroyer of Healing. Try to kill her with, try to kill Ben and then her. Didn't quite work, but I mean, it did. It did end up working. So, all right, he had Baylan here, and so decided. Remember, you don't want to do the AOE stun or the AOE ability block with Jedi Master Luke. Like, you want to immediately mark Shin and just take her out because she's pretty weak. And then you want to, I kind of messed around here. I shouldn't have done, I should have just tried to kill Baylan next, because Cal, remember, when he's got riposte, which is his like double sabers symbol that he's got currently, when he does that, then he's able to, so there's like a clicking sound that I keep hearing. I apologize. Then he's able to hit. He gives them riposte, and he's able to hit under protection, even well, when he's called to assist. And so I'm trying to kill Marrok here. It's just really not working. So I was like, look, let's just take out Baylan. That worked so much better. And then Marrok deleted himself because that's what he does sometimes with his AOE when people have retribution. And then Kira and Dash, you guys saw me use them earlier. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just stun them, and then I realized, yeah, like the leadership from Baylan still doesn't let us stun them. So that was a blunder on my end. But anyways, if you kind of know what you're doing, that counter works. Here's an old school one that I just thought was fun that you just don't get to see very often. This is like years ago that this was developed, but CLS versus General Skywalker, just old school, guys. Even with Datacrons, we do have the CLS cron, but you know, you stun Rex right away with Han, just so that Rex isn't giving everyone a bunch of bonus turn meter and cleanses right away, or sometime in an inconvenient time. And that way, General Skywalker doesn't hit Han back right away either. Use the shrug on Han to get the passive kill, or the passive kneel on General Skywalker and get the kill. And then is this the last one? Oh yeah, so this is one, I thought this was interesting to show folks. It's the Finn Zorii team with a good resistance cron. And the reason I thought this was even more interesting, there goes Barris, was I thought this was going to be just like an easy fight. And what ended up happening, so you'll note that I got fear on the tank Finn, and then I made sure that resistance hero Finn, I made sure I wasn't like blinded or he doesn't have foresight or something like that, and get the one-shot kill with Malgus. I thought that they'd be in fear more often, but you gotta be pretty I don't know, cagey about like what things you're hitting. I should have put ability block on Finn. Now I'm noticing, I'm watching in hindsight, I should have tried to put ability block with Malgus on their tank, because he was able to not only taunt but give them all tenacity up and and get rid of all of their debuffs. So I could have saved myself some headache there. Do the big hit from Marauder on Finn, because it reduces his max health, and forget max health or max protection, but it makes him easier to kill. And then Zori's almost dead, and then she takes a turn, goes into stealth, heals herself. This guy taunts. Gosh, this is so frustrating. One of the reasons this is interesting that I was trying to tell you before, but I got distracted, was Fatal, who I respect greatly, actually lost this counter. And that's not shade on Fatal. That's more like, I was surprised to hear that anyone failed it. But apparently, this team is good enough to withstand a Malgus attack as well. And that's it, folks. Wow, this video ended up stretching really stupidly long. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth prevails. Take care, folks.